support our YouTube channel at no additional cost to yourself, simply change your Amazon bookmark to one with our affiliate code or use our affiliate code next time you go to make an Amazon purchase. Link to the affiliate code will be in the description below, along with a link to a video explaining more about the process.
Couple of quick things before we get started in this video, guys. First thing, thank you for watching this video. I always appreciate it. Second thing, if you guys haven't heard, I do have a discount code for the company Pip Fiends, which is a Forex signal and Forex education company. Link is in the description below to their website, to their shop. My code is listed below. It's Paul15. If you want to have a video explaining a little more about Pip Fiends, the link will also be in the description, and I'm going to try and thumbnail it here, but I'm not sure how well that's going to work. And also, guys, I just wanted to rep Eastern University. This is a possible college choice for me. I hope it's in the camera shot. Shouts out to Eastern. They're the Eagles. Let's get into this video. Hello everyone, my name is Paul from the Paul Does Tech channel, and today I am continuing the probably like 3-video trend I have going right now of car technology. And today I am probably going to be reviewing my most used piece of tech that I have. Now, some people describe the most important technology as something you can't go day to day without using, or could, but it would be the most difficult thing to not, go without using. And this actually, believe it or not, is really high up the list for me. So anyway, you guys know by the title, this is the Passport x70 by Escort. It is a radar detector. So basically what this does, you put it in your car. There's different ways to mount it, but essentially you put it somewhere on your windshield, and it kind of detects when a beam of radar is being projected, in the surrounding area. And it actually has quite a nice range of up to probably about 4 miles almost, or at least a solid 2, but if it's a clear kind of area, no mountains and stuff, no other interferences, it can get about 4, which is certainly more than enough unless you're going extremely fast. So anyway, the whole goal of a radar detector is mainly a main way, especially where I'm from, and I'll get into this later, a main way that police can, speed enforcement is through using a radar gun, whether it's mounted on the front of the car or it's a handheld unit where they squeeze the trigger. And the whole goal of this is to alert you when it's, a couple miles ahead, so you have enough time to slow down if you're speeding and get back, to the legal speeding limit. So I always use this. I think it's very nice, and I'll get into more why this is particularly perfect for me. But anyway, with radar detectors, you're going to get a little screen here on most of them, and on this screen, what is great about the Passport x70 is that it'll actually show you on here how intense the band of radar it's picking up is. So if it's just a little blip, probably just some interference, and if it's full-blown blaring in your face, chances are it's a cop. So anyway, it can pick up 3 different types of radar bands. There's X, which is kind of an older radar band that isn't used for police anymore. There's K, which is kind of the radar that police use if their radar systems aren't updated. And KA band is the most updated radar system. So K, probably a cop, but there's a chance it isn't. KA, most certainly a cop. X isn't a cop. It's pretty easy to remember, and it's great that this thing is able to differentiate between them, because some of the cheaper models, just don't cut it when it comes to being able to differentiate the bands. So this model comes in around $300 brand new. I actually picked it up used on eBay, which was a steal. I think I got it for $200, and I mean, it's in perfect condition. It's not like, as long as it works, it's not like something that you need to have be pristine. So anyway, just looking at the unit itself, you have up on top here, you have the release for various mounting options, and sometimes it's hard to get off, which is good because you don't want to have it come off. But anyway, there's a release button here, and this will come out if you want to slide in the mount for a bigger suction cup, maybe like if you want to have one of those big ones where you push the lever down to have it more intense. And then obviously it has just a standard one with 2 suction cups. They do give you replacement suction cups included with the unit, which is always great. And then on the top we also have the power button, and what is also nice about this unit is it will power on and off with your car. So Some radar detectors you have to physically hit the button to turn it on, and a lot of radar detectors you have to turn off when you're getting out of your car, or it could kill your battery. What's great about the Passport X70 is that you don't have to worry about that. It turns on when your car turns on and turns off when your car turns off. The other buttons we have around here are the sensor, volume plus minus, and mute, and brightness. So the sensor just means it actually has 3 different modes and settings that you can choose based on what you're trying to look for. The one that I use most commonly, probably for the city, is going to be auto no X, and obviously highway for when you're on the highway, because it uses different pickup patterns and algorithms to decide what's a cop and what isn't a cop. So when you're on the highway, because when you're on an interstate, there's not much around, so there's nothing really to interfere with it. So anything that's a radar signal is probably going to be a cop. And when you're in the city, there's a lot, so it kind of knows better when to differentiate. But highway is pretty much when it picks up everything, and obviously auto no X is when you just ignore X-band completely, because no cops use X-band anymore. So the other, obviously, volume plus minus, you can control how loud it is. And then mute is if you're, sometimes if you're outside a grocery store, it'll pick it up and you have to sit there. You can hit mute so it's not blaring at you. The other things on this side, we have the power input. We have a little, I think it's a micro, or a mini USB, my bad. And then you just kind of have a little reset switch over here. So anyway, this I want to talk about quickly, now that I talked about the power, is how I power it. So right now I have the thing that came with it. It's kind of the ghetto way to do it. It's just kind of your classic cigarette lighter, and obviously the end that connects into the radar detector. This is just a basic cigarette port. But the issue with this is I just have a giant cord draped over the front of my dash, and it is annoying. So I am working on getting a thing to hardwire it into my fuse box in my car, and I will make a video on that. The other 2 things you want to look at on the actual radar detector here is this one is your main radar sensor, so this would be facing out of your windshield and picking up everything in front of you. And there's a smaller, tiny one right here that can kind of pick it up behind you. But chances are, if it's behind you, you don't really need to know it's there. But yeah, so anyway, the speaker's also mounted up here. I really do enjoy this unit. When I was doing my research to figure out which one, there are obviously a lot more expensive ones than this that are a lot better. There are a lot better ones. The Passport Max 360 or the Max 2 are a lot better ones that Escort make, than this one, but you're going to pay for them probably almost double. And to me, it's hard to get double performance out of a radar detector, if you understand what I'm trying to say. It's like they're both going to tell me where the radar is, so why pay $300 for one that's going to tell me a little bit better? I think this is the most cost-effective one, because anything cheaper than this, don't buy anything from Cobra or Whistler. It's crap. Passport, Uniden, and there's a third one that they're all fairly good brands. But for now, obviously, I like this one. If you're really insane about, you have more money than anything else and you want to make sure you don't get a ticket, you can get ones that actually are wired into your car and can interface through your multimedia system in your car. But anyway, I have been using this for probably 2 or 3 months now, and it does have kind of, I would say that I've been able to see it in every scenario. Now, what's interesting is about Pennsylvania is I'm not sure where you guys live or what your state laws are, but only the Pennsylvania State Police are allowed to operate with radar. So basically, unless it's a state trooper, this thing won't go off because they don't have radar. So that means speed enforcement isn't really a big deal in Pennsylvania, which is great, because if I have this on, essentially, if there's no VASCAR lines painted on the road and this doesn't beep, I'm not getting a ticket. It's great. It really is, because some places have LiDAR, some people have NRAD, some local places have radar, where local municipal towns can actually operate radar. But really, throughout town, I can't tell you how great it works, because there's never a police officer that has radar in town. The only place they can go, really, is they monitor highways decent around here, and some of the important roads, but that aren't in downtown or anywhere near the city. Like, there's one that's a main one-way road through kind of a housing development over a mountain. It's like a 45 zone sometimes, and it's right next to the police barracks for the state police, which is why they monitor it, because it's easy. It'll go off there. I've saved me multiple tickets there, because that's normally the road I go on when I'm late for work, and I do speed like crazy on that road. but I have used this on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, which goes right from Pittsburgh to Philly. Not sure if you guys are familiar with it. It gave me at least a good mile, definitely a good mile. There were instances where, if you know the Turnpike, there's that giant hill where you go through tunnels. It was different because I didn't get a very good pickup because I was on the other side of the mountain, and because the cop was just on the other side of the mountain, I couldn't go through the mountain well for this to pick it up. So it did cut it a little close. But when it's wide open, it was about 3 times where it's wide open. I was probably going 85 on a 70, slowed down to 70. Now, they probably wouldn't have pulled me over for 85, but it's nice to have anyway, just in case. So anyway, guys, this is pretty much my review of the X70. I feel that this is the most cost-efficient of all the radar detectors there are, because there are better ones, there's no doubt about it, but I feel like they're overpriced and that they're not giving you the added benefit for double the price, and anything cheaper is a waste of money because it's not going to work. So if you have a $200 hunk of plastic on your windshield that doesn't even save you from tickets, it's actually a worthless $200 piece of plastic, where at least this one is a $300 piece of plastic that saves me tickets. So this is something I use pretty much every day of my life, and yeah, it's perfect. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. I'm going to link to a news article on Roy's radar that's very great about this if you want to read more about it. And as always, Amazon link is in the description below if you'd like to check that one out, and if you'd like to buy yourself a radar detector. If you get it, feel free to tell me how it works, tell me that you're using it and stuff. And yeah, guys, I really enjoy this thing. I recommend it, especially if you're like me, where pretty much the only way they can get you is radar. You might as well eliminate that one option with a radar detector. I feel naked driving without one, so it's been a great tool for me driving. And I will probably give maybe a little more in-depth review, maybe some in the car, and maybe some tips and tricks for how to use this thing. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I am going to be producing more content now that golf season, sorry for the stutter there, is over. A couple things slated are that, obviously, and I do have a video about Logitech coming up. This is going to be an interesting one. I made a video like this in the past, but that was with Audio Technica, and this one's going to be with Logitech, so if you watch that video, you kind of know what this one's going to be about. The other thing is I do have a little bit of a series where I'm going to be working with Pip Fiends, 4X Signal. You heard it in the beginning of the video, me talk about them for a second. Those videos are going to be coming up, and a lot of gaming videos. My gaming channel is starting back up, links in the description as always. So yeah, guys, excited. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, thank you for all your support, and have a great day.
Get fresh off the grill, get fresh off the grill, nigga, keeping it hot. Get fresh off the grill, get fresh off the grill. Yeah, I'm bouncing the hopper, nigga, you can't stop me.